So since 2008, we have not seen banks come back into the small business lending space at the same rate as they did prior to the recession. I think that's a combination of factors. Loan sizes are larger today as a beginning threshold at a financial institution. Risk is something that people are much more concerned about thanks to the regulatory environment. And I think banks have seen other players come in whose economics for making smaller loans are more favorable. 8,000 business loans a day are declined in the United States. And this is an economy that thrives on small business. That's a problem we need to solve. In the United States, when you look for a business loan, depending on the size of the loan and the nature of the business, your personal credit is what the institution is going to evaluate. It's very difficult for someone who's establishing a business to demonstrate credit worthiness when the things that they do by nature and on a regular basis, like paying rent or paying for a cell phone bill, are not considered as proof that they can handle debt. And so expanding the way in which we think about somebody's credit worthiness is something that we can accomplish because big data gives us so much more opportunity. I think a great many more people can gain access to credit by making big data available to help them create a credit profile that's accurate and will give them a greater shot at succeeding. I think the government needs to find ways to make people's personal data information available to them, whether that's access in a digital format to a tax return, whether it's records that are held by institutions across the country on rent payments or cell phone activity. Those are all things that will help us get a better picture and give people a fairer shot at making their dreams come true. I've never been more optimistic than I am right now. And a lot of that optimism is driven from development of technology that allows us to much more quickly get the information we need to make a good credit decision. To be able to get technology to make really good decisions, to make them quickly, to take the friction out of the process is what gets me up in the morning with a smile.